Hello, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, we're Maya and Danny and we create videos about all the beautiful places that we can visit. So I wanted to create a vlog that was a very cohesive guide about London. Since we've moved here, our spending has shot up. We'll go out and spend like 60 to 100 pounds on a meal. You go out for drinks and you come back and you just look at your bank account and you think, how? But there is actually a ton of free stuff to do in London, and what I've done is I've compiled together a massive long list of museums, parks, street food markets, and giving the best recommendations in my opinion. So if you are visiting for a weekend, you know that you're going to spend a lot of money on travel and food. So as long as you have around £15 to spend per day on travel to get around, I'm going to talk you through everything else you should visit, all the free stuff that we've found that's been super fun, and when you should visit, how you get tickets, and what you can expect. So let's get into it. My first recommendation is the British Museum. One of the world's oldest and most comprehensive museums, located on Great Russell Street in the area of Bloomsbury, central London, home to a vast collection of world art and artefacts spanning over 2 million years of history, with world famous objects such as the Rosetta Stone, Parthenon sculptures, and the Egyptian mummies. Absolutely stunning building, and of course completely free to enter. Now, I have never seen a museum so busy. In the Roman section it was absolutely packed, and this is midweek just after opening. When you get your tickets online, you will need to reserve a specific time, and availability is usually pretty good, but I would recommend the earlier the better. It's open every day 10 till 5, and on Fridays there is a late closing until 8:30, which is really cool, just like night at the museum. I have a big hack for coming here, so I entered and queued via the back entrance. I arrived about 10 minutes before the opening and got in within 30 minutes. The queue was okay, and I wondered whether I was coming in the right way, but obviously when I left the main entrance about an hour later, I wasn't prepared for what I saw. There was literally hundreds of people queuing, and presumably all with tickets for a morning slot, so no wonder it got so packed inside. And this is summer, so of course it's busier, but really take my advice about the back entrance because you don't want to be waiting in that queue for hours. Next is one of my favourite galleries, the Tate Modern. It has this incredible turbine hall, and usually there are these ginormous hanging sculptures or even interactive exhibits. It's large enough to spend hours in there, and it goes up 10 floors with a panoramic viewpoint at the top to see over the River Thames and the Millennium Bridge. Located in Bankside in the area of South Bank. Nearby you have the Shakespeare's Globe, not free but really nice to look at, and also has the Millennium Bridge opposite, which you can walk across towards St Paul's Cathedral. And when you're walking on there you can feel the bridge in motion swinging slightly, which is kind of cool. After opening in 2000, the Tate became one of the most visited modern art galleries in the world. It used to be an old power station, hence the size and look of it. It is of course free to enter, but special exhibitions may require tickets. Open Sunday to Thursday, 10 AM till 6 PM, and Friday to Saturday, 10 till 10. I have never had to queue to get in. It's so big in there and people flock to the main museum, so it's fine at any time entering. But I'm thinking that maybe this one is really nice in the evening. Next on our list of museums is the more child-friendly Natural History Museum, one we visited and made a full vlog on, so feel free to check that one out, where we also explore the Harrods store. It's located on Cromwell Road in South Kensington, so also a nice area to stroll around before and grab a coffee. The Natural History Museum is also one to book in advance, open daily from 10 till 5:50 PM. And when we went on a Saturday, we had to queue for a short while, but no longer than 30 minutes. There is a longer queue if you do not book in advance, so just make your life easier and plan ahead. Inside you can explore exhibits ranging from dinosaur skeletons to life-size blue whales in this iconic Gothic revival building. Straight as you enter, the whale has a name. He's called Hope. Very cute. The museum's collection contains over 80 million items spanning billions of years, and this place can get very busy, so try to avoid peak hours or weekends. So that's enough museums for now. Let's move on to parks and gardens. We're kicking off with Greenwich Park in southeast London in the Greenwich Borough. It sits on a hill overlooking the River Thames, providing stunning views of the London skyline, including the Queen's House, the National Maritime Museum, and the skyscrapers of Canary Wharf. It's one of London's 8 royal parks and is easily accessible by train, bus and boat. The park is home to the Royal Observatory, the Prime Meridian Line and other historical sites. In the blossom season in spring, there is an area at the top of Greenwich Park where the most beautiful blossom trees come alive with stunning pink flowers. We've done a full vlog on visiting Greenwich, so make sure to check this one out. But boy, if you do visit for blossoms, make sure to arrive early. This area attracts a ton of tourists. It pretty much trends on social media every spring, and you can see people there doing full-on photo shoots. The park opens from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. and varies by season, but it's strongly at the top of our list. Next up, we have Hampstead Heath in North London, one of the oldest open spaces, with records mentioning it as early as the 10th century. The Heath has inspired many artists and writers, including John Constable and C.S. Lewis. It offers a more wild and rugged nature experience with panoramic views from Parliament Hill and is one of the highest points in London. Hampstead Heath is not actually gated, so it's accessible anytime, but the swimming facilities within will have seasonal opening times. Next up is Kensington Gardens, which was once part of Hyde Park, home to Kensington Palace and some lovely Italian gardens. There's also memorials and the famous Peter Pan statue, as well as a nice large pond in the middle. Kensington Palace is very picturesque and well maintained, and it's quite close to areas like Marble Arch and Mayfair, as well as Portobello Road. When we visited, we grabbed some scones from the market and enjoyed eating them whilst looking over the lake. The gardens are open from 6 a.m. until dusk. Now, if you're getting pretty hungry walking around these parks and you're interested in seeing every single cuisine on display, then you need to head to some of London's street food markets and make the most important decision of your day. What are you going to eat? Starting strong with the longest standing street food market located under the railway tracks of Borough Station, the spectacular Borough Market. Located in Southwark and next to the Shard, this food market dates back to at least the 12th century. We created a full vlog about everything we ate here, so you should check that one out. It's a very busy food market, but for good reason. You can try so many varieties of cuisines, from paella to Mexican, American, Italian, and from oysters to local brewed ciders. It's pretty big. It's of course free to enter, but opening times are quite limited. We know that it doesn't open on Mondays, as we went to go and film there and were really annoyed when we arrived to see it shut, but it's at least open Tuesday to Sunday, 10 until around 5, and some stalls actually close earlier if they run out of produce, so it's a very casual kind of place, but I would get there early if you intend on trying a lot. Price-wise, we were able to eat a ton of stuff for only £40, so it's really good. Next we have Broadway Market, another favourite of ours. Found in Hackney in East London and nearby to London Fields. Broadway Market is a very vibrant street market known for its diverse food stalls, artisanal products, vintage clothing and really eclectic shops, offering a mix of fresh produce, street food and unique crafts. It opens Saturdays from 9 till 5 and does get quite busy since it's quite a thin, small road and just has 2 rows of stalls. Broadway Market has been in existence since the 19th century and has become a cultural hotspot, and every time we go I try these amazing Scotch eggs with mustard. They're so good. Next, which was voted best rated street food market in London, Maltby Street Market in Bermondsey. It's for sure not the largest market of them all, but it's definitely beautiful. You can actually see it from the rail track when you head towards London Bridge. It has all these suspended flags above it, which looks really pretty. It's been open since 2010 and it's meant to be an informal gathering of food producers. We've been there quite a lot for really nice coffee and pastries and also authentic Italian pizzas. And there's a rotisserie chicken place at the end, which we went for my birthday, which by day is also a plant and a cake shop, so they're really just packing everything in there. All the shops go under the arches and they go quite far back, and you'll find also a lot of breweries that have popped up there as well as some cool aperitivo places. It only opens Saturdays and Sundays between 10 and 4, so you do have to time it well and expect it to be quite busy during lunch hours. Now, if you know London, you know it's not just renowned for amazing street food, but also markets selling literally anything you can think of, from antiques to vintage clothing to jewellery and handmade goods. Starting with one of the most iconic outdoor markets, with very limited but necessary opening hours. Open only Sundays from 8 until 3 p.m. Columbia Road Flower Market is so beautiful. It's full of fresh flowers, plants and gardening accessories. It really lights up your day to go there in the morning, and you'll need to head there early if you want the best bunch. The market has been operating since the 1860s and is a favourite spot for both local residents and visitors. It's a hotspot for photographers and people wanting to capture the picturesque scenes of colourful flowers. In the area of Bethnal Green in East London and nearby to Shoreditch, Hoxton and Brick Lane, you can also find local pubs and other furniture stores around, with a lot of independent shops selling everything from artisan bread to vintage clothing, creating a vibrant and aromatic shopping experience. Probably one of the most picturesque inside shopping markets in London, in my opinion. Spitalfields Market has this high-ceiling Victorian market hall with glittering lights and large hanging displays. You can find a spot on the upper mezzanine and get a bird's eye view from above. Open every day with varying opening times between 10 and 6 p.m. Old Spitalfields Market dates back to the 1638 when King Charles granted a licence for flesh, fowl and roots to be sold in what was known as Spital Square. It's a blend of fashion, art, food and vintage stalls and is a gem in the East area of London. It's surrounded by plenty of other high street and luxury shops close to Liverpool Street. I really like this one because it has this very typical market feel. It's always a pleasure to go here because they have a really good range of food and drinks. Moving north of London, Camden Market is one of London's most popular tourist attractions, attracting around 250,000 visitors each week. It's open every day from 10 until 6, and the whole area is famous for its alternative culture, eclectic mix of stalls, street food and also live music. It's a hub for artists, musicians and independent traders, offering everything from vintage clothing to international street food. You can also find the famous Cyberpunk store, which you should definitely check out because it's one of the most unique stores that you can find in London. You can also find the famous Hansel and Gretel sweet shop. I also love the traditional Camden Lock Market with its really beautiful old architecture located in the historic former Pickford stables. You can find really beautiful handmade jewellery here and almost hippie style rugs and tapestries and incense stalls. We were really impressed by the shopping down Saddle Row when we last filmed for our Camden vlog. We're not usually so drawn in by so many items in the stores like ceramics and cool accessories and fluffy bucket hats. So you're done now with window shopping and browsing shops. So let's talk about just purely sightseeing around London and all the free landmarks that you can visit. Our top choice for a great attraction in London is located in the heart of the city, and this is the Sky Garden experience. Located on 20 Fenchurch Street and near the Tower of London and the Gherkin, open since 2015 and the highest public garden in London. It's also known as the walkie-talkie building due to its peculiar shape. You head up the elevator to the 37th floor to find a large observation deck giving you a 360-degree view of London, 160 metres above sea level. It's pretty scary, I won't lie, and you'll get told off for using any type of selfie stick or long tripod because it can get quite windy. But not only do you get this incredible view, but inside the venue there's this lush green space full of tropical plants. There's also a cafe and a restaurant. Imagine dining there so high above the city in the evening with the city twinkling below. It is free entry, but you have to pre-book in advance, and I would suggest doing so at least 3 weeks before, as slots go quite quickly. And when we went, we still had to queue for a bit at the entrance below on street level. It's open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. till 6 and weekends 11 till 9. And I would recommend visiting either on a clear morning like we did or plan for a sunset. Now, in fact, right near the Sky Garden is the Leadenhall Market. It's one of London's oldest markets dating back to the 14th century, but it's not your typical market stall place. But it does have this stunning Victorian roof and cobbled flooring. There's a variety of shops, pubs, and a few restaurants with a mix of high-end retail and dining options. I wouldn't recommend it for shopping or eating as it's only small, but that's why to me this is more of an attraction because it's literally the most beautiful alleyway you'll find in London. And they also host a few events there. I remember for Shrove Tuesday they organised a pancake race there too, and I'm sure it looks great at Christmas. But what's nice is that the Leadenhall Market was used as a filming location for Diagon Alley in the Harry Potter film series, adding a touch of magical charm for your visit. Next, we head to Shoreditch, a vibrant neighbourhood celebrated for its incredible street art, especially in and around Brick Lane. This area has become an iconic open-air gallery, a must-see destination for art lovers from all around the world. Known as one of the best street art scenes in London, Shoreditch's walls showcase works by renowned artists like Banksy, Invader and ROA, along with countless other emerging artists. Brick Lane and the surrounding streets are like a constantly evolving canvas where bold colours, intricate stencils and thought-provoking murals blend together to create a unique atmosphere. Every visit offers something entirely new, as artists frequently update or replace pieces, creating a dynamic scene that invites exploration. Whether you're an art enthusiast or simply a curious visitor, Shoreditch's street art promises a fascinating glimpse into the creativity and diversity that defines London's artistic landscape. So all in all, I hope we've been able to give you as many options as possible for free stuff to do in London. Whether that's culture, nature, food or experiences, if you know where to look, you'll have a wicked day out. We're actually going to be releasing more videos about recommendations in London per category. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on those. Find us on socials too, leave us a comment if we missed out any other key places, and we'll see you next week. Ciao!